9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and we're going to be talking the news, reviews, all that good stuff that is happening in wrestling in the last couple days because our show runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we just missed a Thursday, so we'll talk about it. I am not alone. The PR princess herself, Courtney Rice, is in the building. This headband is right. Very weirdly positioned on my head. But anyways, Courtney, Friday. How are you doing?
I'm good. It is Friday.
Wait, I can't hear you. Is it you or me?
Can you hear me? Because my microphone's on. My mic's on.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I still can't hear you. What is going on?
Oh my goodness.
Let's
issues on a Friday.
No, that's it. Why can't I hear you? Okay, let's take this out.
Oh, yes,
right? How about now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me? My mic's on.
No, that's right. That's right. We can get this together, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go. Well, I'll just put you on the computer. Why it just decided my headphones are not deciding to work. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Everybody hear my wonderful intro or no? Was I muted this whole time?
No.
Okay. Why is it so low?
On
so
a Friday.
Hear me now?
On a Friday. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, thank you. I don't know, my headphones not to hear anybody, so we'll just get rid of those.
Dylan said he could hear you.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we are with my trashy hair on a Friday. With that being said, Courtney, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's Friday. It's been a long, long week. I mean, obviously, SmackDown, Saturday night's main event. Obviously, of course, Double or Nothing's happening in Queens, New York. Lots of stuff happening, and also some craziness that happened in TNA last night because Mr. Mike Santana put his title on the line against Steve Maclin.
He definitely did. So let's kind of get into it. Actually, before we get into that, let's also let people know Super Chats are open for $2 or more. You can let us know your questions, tell us your predictions, all that good stuff. And also let us know where you're hailing from, what city, what country, what state, all that as well. I kind of want to get into the drama a little bit later. I think for our producer from the future's sake, let's get into that SmackDown preview.
Yeah, why don't we just jump off to SmackDown? It's the final stop before Double or Nothing. Saturday night's main event tomorrow. There's so much happening. You can also catch Honey Night SmackDown. Honey's going to be doing our watch along for 3 hours. So if you don't want to watch SmackDown alone, you could watch it with her representing the Blue brand. After the fallout from last week, we now know it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther at Clash in Italy. Very curious on what these two men are going to say after the aftermath last week. And there will be a choice of words before their big match in Italy. And we also found out this is going to kick off the show. Rhea Ripley is going to confront Jade Cargill right before their big match ahead of Saturday night's main event. Obviously, of course, Jade wants revenge on Rhea after Rhea won the women's championship at WrestleMania. What is mommy going to say to Miss Jade Cargill? And I'm sure she's going to have her baddies with her no matter what happens. And we're also, as announced, Tiffany Stratton's going to do a United States Women's Open Challenge. We found out tonight, since Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov did it for the men, it's time for Tiffy to do it for the women. Very curious who we're going to get. Are we going to get some people from Raw, NXT, AAA, maybe Evolve? We're not sure, but very curious on who is going to step up to the plate against Miss Tiffy, since she is the reigning United States Women's Champion. And we're also going to have Carmelo Hayes. He's going to call out his old foe, Trick Williams, regarding the United States Championship. Obviously, this has been teasing a little bit the last couple weeks, and very curious on what Mr. Mello has to say towards the lemon pepper steppers. And also, you'll see Little Yachty running in the background as the hype man for Trick Williams. And also, this has been brewing up for a little bit. We're going to have Shinsuke Nakamura take on Tala Tonga one-on-one. We have seen Shinsuke and Tama Tonga interact with each other one-on-one backstage in the last couple of weeks, but very curious in this match. And also, we see a little bit of friction on MFT, but all this and more is happening at the top of the hour tonight on USA Network at 8 p.m. And is there a match or a segment in particular that interests you for SmackDown tonight?
Oh my gosh, at risk of never hearing the end of it again, I really definitely want to see what the storyline is going to be for Trick and Carmelo, because obviously NXT, now they're in the main roster together. Now we see the hype behind Trick. Melo's been there for a moment, a bit longer than Trick. How's this all going to play out? I think this story has a lot of longevity to it. I just hope they don't do the we're friends now, then we break up. We're friends, then we break up. I feel like I really hope that they kind of figure something that could be memorable instead of multiple, things. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, Jade and Rhea. I think that stuff has legs as well. So yeah, we'll see how it all kind of pans out. And then it's going to go into, do you want to go into Saturday night main event? Bold predictions?
It's very quick with Saturday night's main event. There's a few matches. Pretty much it's going to be the 6-woman tag team match. Rhea, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss taking on Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Mi Chin.
Is that
Yeah.
I think depending on what happens tonight will dictate what happens tomorrow, but I think due to shenanigans, Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa are going to take it.
Really? Yeah. I'm actually going the opposite. I'm actually picking Jade, B-Fab, and Mi Chin only because if they want this rivalry to literally kind of take a deep dive in this, I think it's important for Jade to be on top. Not to mention with the fact there's not that many strong heels on SmackDown, so they're really trying to build her up as a top heel. And also with the fact, too, she has been teasing with Rhea, but most specifically, she has been teasing with Charlotte, which they've been teasing for over a year. So hopefully we should get that in the future, but I feel like Jade needs to be on top for this win.
Okay, we're going to see. And we are going to have a watch along and post show for this. So definitely keep it locked for tomorrow. Obviously, after you watch SmackDown with Honey tonight.
And we also this match happened. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. Apparently, it was supposed to be for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but there was a glitch by WWE, so it looks like it's going to be non-title tomorrow.
With that being said, I'm going to go Sol.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Sol Ruca. I think it's time to build momentum in the Women's Intercontinental division, and who better to do it than big-time Bex?
She's done it before, so yeah, she's going to definitely build her up.
Yes, she has. And we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We have Brie Bella and Paige. And courtesy of the councilman of kayfabe, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, they're called the Bougie Bullies here in Women's Wrestling Talk.
Or they call them the Irresistible Forces. Here's my thing. And I think we either talked about it yesterday or Monday. I don't know. All these days blur together. Do you see how we have, and obviously why the Bella Twins are not Bella Twins is because somebody's injured. However, are we just not going to, so when she comes back, is she just holding place and then she takes it over, or what's happening with that? And if that's not the case, then why not create a name for them?
I'm going to say this because I said this in one of the chats for Honey. I think Nikki is going to go after Liv Morgan for the championship.
Right. And if that's the case, then let Brie and Paige become a legitimate tag team. it's not like they both don't have names. It's not like any of them are new. Like, what are we? How do I invest in this?
It's one of those things. It's one of those
Right.
things.
Like, I just like you just can't, because behind the scenes we obviously know, barring there's no injuries with Brie and Paige, we know how long they're going to be with the company for. So work backwards.
Yeah.
If they're a 3-year contract, can we have them as a year as a tag team, like a legitimate name, like something we can actually get back behind versus, okay, well, you know, they're placeholders until.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a rough couple days. Why is my slipper in your dog bed, Beulah? Anyways, go on.
Who you got winning this match?
Ooh, okay. With all my rant of that, if the irresistible forces take the titles, then it's a legitimate call. Paige and Brie not legitimate, but clearly they're just going by Paige and Brie. And I know some people are like, well, you can be a tag team without having a name. Great. In my book, it's not. So I think with that being said, and I love Paige, she's a friend of the show, I would go with irresistible forces.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm actually gonna pick Paige and Brie to retain.
Okay.
I'm picking those. Yeah, I'm gonna pick those girls to retain. And after what happened on Monday with the Judgment Day wreaking havoc towards Paige and Brie, I just think there's gonna be something with them too after Saturday night's main event. Okay. And then we have the men's tag team titles, and we were just talking about tag teams a few minutes ago. The Street Profits taking on the Visions, Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
Again! Oh my God. Is nobody listening to me? I guess not. Both are saying I want to say Street Profits by DQ. I given we actually did a story, I think it was Wednesday, where they were saying that Triple H, I believe it's Triple H, wants to work more on tag teams. I think I have to agree with Bosa. It might be Street Profits by DQ to build up some momentum for them to take over the tag teams, the titles.
Yeah, I think that only because I could see Paul Heyman, I could see Braun Breaker, I could see Seth Rollins coming in during the match, and there's going to be a lot of shenanigans outside the ring. I am going to pick Logan Paul and Austin Theory to retain. At least they could try to build momentum towards the Street Profits winning the tag titles. And then we have the Intercontinental. And then we have the Intercontinental Championship. Penta taking on All Ego Ethan Page.
I have Penta on this one.
I'm actually going to pick Penta as well. I know Ethan just got there, but I want to see a lot of more momentum with Ethan. And also, I'm happy that the Intercontinental Championship is now finally getting some spotlight as being the top second-tier title. I really want to see a lot more of that. And also, it could be a good, serious rivalry for Penta to work with Ethan Page. So I am going to pick Penta to retain.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it for Saturday night's main event. That's all the matches.
Sounds good. I mean, I think that's a good set. That's a good set of mentions. I think it's entertaining. So yeah, I mean, let's it sounds like it's gonna be like a 2-hour show, which is, you know, after, you know, you've done what, I think you did a 7-hour one, didn't you?
Yeah, for all in
like as far as the live stream.
Yep, all in Texas.
So yeah, 2 hours sounds like a good situation to me.
Yeah, and also it's going to be on Peacock.
All right,
it's going to be on Peacock, by the way, too, if you want to stream it, and it'll be international on YouTube.
Oh, and you know what that means, y'all? If it's international on YouTube and you don't have yourself a Peacock, go and get yourself a NordVPN. A NordVPN, just put in the code WWT, get 75% off, and then you can watch it on YouTube and you'll be fine. I'm not necessarily encouraging not to support the brand, but if you live in America, life is life in right now. There's no reason why you should get a fifth job so you can watch and support on Peacock if you already have Netflix, because you're supporting WWE in itself. So go and get yourself a NordVPN and live your best life, because these companies don't care about you when you can't pay for these bills. So just give NordVPN that little bit of change, so then you can watch everything and enjoy wrestling and talk about it with us. Just saying.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like we should just go into predictions, even more predictions. Let's go into the AEW, because this is your playground. AEW Double or Nothing predictions. What do we got?
Woo! So, as you know, Mick Foley will be on the buy-in show with Renee Paquette. And we do have some matches for the buy-in, which is the pre-show. We found out last night, they posted on socials. We have the Ops, Hook, Shibata, and Anthony Bowens taking on the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Claudio Castagnoli.
Okay. This is just pure guessing now. I'm gonna go the Ops.
I am going to pick the Ops only because Anthony just started being on the Ops, and I want to see him build a lot of momentum. And also with the fact too, Claudio is going to be in the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament, and also there could be a lot of friction with Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay, but that's like after the pay-per-view. But it will be a good match though, and be on the lookout for Marina Shafir because she will be at ringside. And then for this one, we have the Divine Dominions. They will be defending their AEW Women's Tag Team Championships against Zeta, Steel, and Viva Van, who, if you're familiar with these two, they've been doing work on the Ring of Honor space.
I'm gonna have the Dominion.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match though between all four of these ladies, but I am gonna pick the Divine Dominion. I do think they are gonna build momentum for them and be strong, because I have a feeling after seeing them turn last week, it's gonna be Ty J, Anna J, and Ty.
All right. Before we get into the next one, play his video. I really actually need to find where his video is. I never know where it is. I don't know where is it. Where is your name? And he appears. I believe it said. The most amazing, one of the hardest workers for WWT, living his best life in the streets, in and out of the streets. It's the mayor himself on a beautiful Friday, wearing an amazing shirt. The haircut and everything is on point. Mr. Cedric Welton is in the building.
We're getting better at this. How's it going, WWT Universe? I'm going to take that as genuine, TK. Gold star for you. You are the real star of the show here for that lovely introduction that you just gave me a minute ago. But happy Friday, everyone.
All right. I can't even hear nothing that nobody is saying. I guess my headphones don't like you, Sen.
You guys can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, my headphones are like, we're good. We don't want to hear you. I like literally the moment I introduced you, my headphones like, nah, we're good.
Well, then whoever's in the chat, we can just erase everything I said nice about TK from the records. We don't have to we can take that out of the show. Did not happen. Mandela effect. Mandela effect.
That's kind of petty.
Right? That part. Let's with these predictions.
This is the final match for AEW buy-in for the pre-show. We got Big Boom AJ, QT Marshall, and the conglomerations Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, my guy Orange Cassidy, taking on Shane Taylor Promotions in a 10-man tag match.
I have Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yeah, the conglomerate's likely going to win this. We already know what this match is meant to do. Yeah, I don't have much to add about this one.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a good match, but I'm going to take the conglomeration to take the victory, along with QT Marshall and Big Boom AJ. But those are the three matches for the pre-show, and jumping right into the main show, Kyle O'Reilly, Jon Moxley for the AEW Continental Championship match. After what happened on Dynamite this past week, it ended in a draw, and this match has no time limits. Kyle O'Reilly already has 2 victories over Jon Moxley.
There won't be a third. Big match, John. He's going to win this match.
No shenanigans?
It's Continental rules. Nobody can interfere.
Yeah. I mean, even when they say that, this shenanigans sometimes ensue. But you're thinking Moxley? Okay. I'm gonna go instead. We'll say Moxley.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going to pick Kyle O'Reilly to win. It just sucks. Right before he got injured, he started building momentum at Full Gear, and for some odd reason, he just got in John's face this past week. So I wouldn't be shocked. And plus, also, it does help John because he did probably held that Continental Championship down. And plus, it would be nice to see Kyle O'Reilly get some of his look back. But I'm picking Kyle for the victory.
Okay.
And then we have this match, the AEW International Championship match, Kazuchika Okada taking on Konosuke Takeshita.
It's long overdue. I want them to make the right decision. I might be picking with my heart here. So I'm taking Takeshita, but I feel like Takeshita loses the war here after the match.
I'm going to go Okada.
This is one of the matches I wanted to happen at Wembley, but they wanted to do it at Double or Nothing. I am going to go with Takeshita because after he lost to Kenny Omega, he did not get a rematch. And I think it's time for him to get his look back and bring a lot of relevance to the AEW International Championship. And I'm going to go with Takeshita.
Okay.
And then and also just a friendly reminder, we are kicking off the Owen Hart Cup Men and Women's Tournament. For the men's, we have Swerve Strickland taking on Bandino. These guys have been going at it for the last couple weeks, but it's going to come into friction at Double or Nothing this weekend.
This was interesting. Swerve been complaining about being on TV as of late, taking some umbrage with Bandito, but I feel like this is one. It wouldn't be a surprise if Swerve won, but I'm going to pick against the grain here because I think there's more story to be told about his positioning within AEW as a whole and where he wants to be, while Bandito been holding it down for a good while. So I'm going to take a surprise upset here for Bandito.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw something. Okay. We'll talk about it after this. I have Swerve for this.
Swerve. And I know he just came back too. Because Bandino's been holding it down at the Ring of Honor Men's Championship. I am going to pick Swerve. I just have a feeling him and Will Ospreay are going to meet in the tournament later on. I just have that feeling, but this will probably be one of the best matches of the night. So I'm going to pick Swerve for the victory. And then also we're continuing the men's tournament. We have Will Ospreay taking on Samoa Joe.
Ooh, Ospreay. I have Ospreay for this. Will, who do you got? Will. Said, who do you have?
See? This is stuff like this. Why we gotta wipe the records of like my kindness, you know.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna take Ospreay.
I'm gonna take Will Ospreay. I made this prediction last year before the end of the year. I do think he's gonna win the title at Wembley Stadium. If he wins, it's gonna be very interesting how the journey perplex, and also with his alliance with the Death Riders. So that's another layer to be mindful of with Will Ospreay. It'll be a good match though. And then of course we have the women's starting off. if you watch my watch on Dynamite, Willow Nightingale and Alex Windsor was supposed to be the match for this one, but unfortunately, because of her shoulder injury, Willow Nightingale had to withdraw from the tournament and relinquish her TBS title. So now we get the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena and Mina Shirokana.
Oh man, I can see like a double champ here, which I mean Mercedes did it, so why not? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Athena, but I don't see it happening. But I might be surprised.
Yeah, I'm picking Athena as well. I think it'll be a good showing, but I feel like Athena should win this match.
I would go with Mina, but I can't pick against the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion because she's been on a roll. If you did not watch Supercard of Honor, please watch the Survival of the Fittest match for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. It was a really good match, and I'm going to take Athena for the victory here. And then we have the Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW Women's Championship match. We have the Toxic Spider Tekla, Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, and my gal Jamie Hayter.
I got Chris and Jamie.
Chris and Jamie?
Wait, is it a Fatal 4-Way? I got
No,
Chris.
It's a Fatal 4.
Fatal 4-Way.
Chris. Yeah, Chris.
I don't see any reason for them to take the belt off Tekla, though I do see that the rhetoric around her might be getting a little bit stale. So for shits and giggles, I'm taking Hikaru.
Shida.
Hikaru!
Shida. All right, Sad is taking Shida. I'm laughing at Boza's comment. I'm going to take Tekla to retain. I don't want Jamie to get it yet. Because after the promo they did on AEW socials, I think there is some momentum in there. But I am going to pick Tekla to retain the women's title.
Okay.
And then we have Stadium Stampede. And I can't believe this is happening. Chris Jericho, Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega all on the same team, teaming up with the Hurt Syndicate and Jack Perry, taking on Ricochet. Oh my God. The AEW National Champion Mark Davis, Andrade, and the Dogs. And also we have Taya Leona on the team.
I've never been one with these stadium stampedes. All right, go. Sam.
This looks so diluted to me. Like, hey, just throw everybody in this shit. And Stadium Stampede is such a dope concept that I feel like it's nosedive from its genesis. Like for me, like I don't need to see the EVPs or former EVPs in every Blood and Guts, Stadium Stampede. What are the other big specialty matches? I don't need to see them in every one. What is it? Anarchy in Arena comes to mind again, like last year. And I get Jericho being in it. I don't enlisting the Hurt Syndicate. It feels like too many conflicting personalities, at least for me, on the left side of our bracket here. Whereas I'm still kind of salty that the Dogs only had a one-day trios championship reign. I felt like they should have won that match at Revolution. I need an explanation for that.
Gabe Kidd got seriously injured during that match.
Just for that, I want to pick the heels. Not because it makes sense, but I feel like every guy on that side desperately needs a win. So I'm taking Ricochet, Gates of Agony, Dogs, Andrade, Don Cal. I'm taking that side. They desperately need a win.
I'm going to side with Zed. There's a first.
That's a first for everything. Yeah, I just think there's too much. If you would have told me the Young Bucks, Jericho, and Kenny Omega would be on the same team, I would kind of be laughing in your face. Would not be shocked if there was a little bit of tension in there. But I think I am going to take Ricochet, the Don Callis family, and the Dogs, only because Mark Davis just won the AEW National Championship, and I want to see him build momentum. Andrade is the reigning New Japan Global Champion, and I love that they were able to show the belt on Wednesday, which is awesome to do. And for the Dogs, they just want to continue momentum because they want tag team gold. It's going to be a fun match, though. I think it's going to be a very fun match, and you kind of need to see the match when they were at Jaguar Stadium. It was pretty fun to watch.
There it is.
And then we have the AEW tag team titles on the line. I'm going to call them Edge and Christian because that's who I think of these two. Edge and Christian and FTR.
I'm going with Edge and Christian.
Yeah, we gotta. I get the timeline we're in because of injuries, but like we gotta get this over with. So Cage and Cope win this match, finally become tag team champions, so they can go on this final run. There was the interview that came out. I forget what podcast I should attribute to it, but Copeland saying like he doesn't really know how much time is left, but so much time got added for his injury and then his movie schedule. So I think we need to fast track this so we don't end up in the same scenario where somebody gets hurt and now we don't actually do this tag team title run. So Cage and Cope finally get the comeuppance on FTR. Maybe you run it back in Wembley at the end of the summer, but at least allow them to show up weekly, get some fun matches here on weekly television so we can at least have that memory of them as tag team champions.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Edge and Christian to win the
Cage and Cope.
I still call them Edge and Christian, so I'm not calling them by their names. Yeah, I'm going to pick them only because I try to be very nice in FTR's reign. If they didn't have that Weasel Stokely, it just would have been boring. I am tired. And also with the fact, too, it would not shock me if they had the Young Bucks versus FTR versus Edge and Christian at Wembley Stadium, which
versus the New Day.
Well, we shall see
God.
Well, we shall see on that.
Or whatever they will have to call themselves legally, but you get the drift.
But we shall see on that. But yeah, we get new tag team champions. And the main event, Darby Allin, MJF, title versus hair.
Oh, I mean, do you think MJF can part ways with his hair? I'm going Darby.
They're getting a lot of miles out of the whole like you're going to be bald thing, and I mean, we finally did it. Darby finally became world champion. It's cute. But it's over. Okay,
it's cute.
The storyline is his body's breaking down, defending the title week after week. That's starting to fail him. MJF puts the nail in the coffin so we can forget about that squash match that shouldn't have happened. But we just had to gift him a title reign so we can shut up. So MJF reclaims the throne, continues to do this amazing heel work, company work that he's been doing, gets his title back.
I'm only picking Darby Allin because I just want to see MJF get bald for all I care. That's it. No, but in all seriousness, because I said this a couple weeks ago, I know people were whining and moaning, complaining about Darby's reign because I saw his entire reign. Now, I wish him versus MJF was a little bit longer than 260 seconds, but he has put on banger of a match. I mean, if you want a workhorse champion, Darby is your workhorse, but I wouldn't mind him seeing retaining. I wouldn't even mind if he lost it at Forbidden Door, but I'm only picking Darby to retain. I just want to see that jerk get bald for all I care. He deserves to be bald.
Well, then.
But that's it for Double or Nothing. That's
it for Double or Nothing. We will be having a watch along and post show, and Courtney will be at Double or Nothing because we just got the press passes for it. So Courtney will be there. So definitely go and look for her there, and we'll have the post show here.
Cool. I mean, yeah. So if you're there in Queens, New York, I'll be on the ground. And I'll be laughing if MJF does get bald.
There it is. Okay, let's get into Asuka we kind of did all the things that are happening this weekend as for our predictions and stuff like that. What we saw in the last pay-per-view, everybody had speculation just due to the fact that, you know, the mannerisms and the tears and all that stuff that Asuka was this was gonna be, you know, the end for her as far as her reign or run with WWE. We had some new developments. So what did we have, Court?
So she actually appeared on a podcast yesterday. Yeah. Wait, what?
Her podcast.
Yeah, her podcast. She actually talked about this. She addressed the speculation surrounding her WWE future, and she confirmed that she is still with the company while strongly implying that her in-ring career is in her final chapter. And it came pretty much approximately 2 weeks after Backlash and was her first public statement since after Backlash. There was a lot of waves of alleged reports, and we did not know what was happening. But she kind of went on to say, in her words, there's a lot of speculation going around that you won't be able to see Asuka's matches anymore, that she's going back to Japan, that she's leaving WWE. The truth is, there are some personal circumstances, and I have consulted with WWE about them. She was careful to note she still has the physical ability to compete. As you can see from wrestling my matches, I can still perform, I can still move, but she quickly followed that with a statement that reads as a quiet acknowledgement that the end is near. She goes on to say, I have been here for over 10 years, and it always felt natural for me and for all of you too. It felt like it was just a given that I was there, but that's not something that lasts forever.
I don't know. Well, I mean, obviously,
you can watch a full episode.
Yeah. You know, how do we? I mean, obviously, I feel like they will do her justice, and not justice. I think they'll do her well when she comes back. If she comes back, if everything is okay. But let's do, like, I don't know, some fantasy. Like, how would you want her final run? What would you want her final run to look like?
I don't know if it'll be a final run more than a by appearance basis based on what she said. And of course, these are things that got translated. But she said she had a personal matter. She's still with the company, and that she's going to pretty much have an appearances like when she wants to, or like when you least expect it. So to me, that sounds like Royal Rumble, or we ever get another Queen of the Ring, the Crown Jewels, things like that, where you can make a big profit. So I feel like, and make no mistake, she talked her shit in this whole statement too, and said nobody else would be able to duplicate what she did. And I'm pretty sure she's right about that. How she came over as this big free agent and had this meteoric rise, breaking Goldberg's record for matches, championships on championships. And she has lasting impact in women's wrestling as a whole, not just inside of WWE. But she said that 10 years kind of flew by. So while the end may be near, or you might stretch it out over the next 5, she's going to take time to herself, and rightfully so. So I think for her, at the very least, I want to see her get a WrestleMania win. It doesn't even have to be for a championship, but like a meaningful WrestleMania win is something I want to see her have. And if there's any other accolades she can have, like even elevating a talent in NXT would be awesome, like a program there as a one-off. As well as, I think she's earned the right to at least hold the U.S. and women's intercontinental titles at least once, even if it's a short title reign, to become another version of Grand Slam champion. But this seems like a case to me, like Ray, where this is probably going to be somebody who's an active WWE Hall of Famer that's still competing.
Yeah, I can't make a timeline, and said something similar about this, because I would like for her to go back and where she started, which was NXT, because she made a lot of impact on NXT. Even the run that she did in WWE, it's like nobody could replicate that. And also with the fact too, she's really done. And I think with her, I wouldn't be surprised if she was on a part-time basis, because of course she probably wants to spend time with her family and her friends and just deal with all the personal stuff behind the scenes. And also, I wouldn't mind for her to make an appearance in Evolve to help the next generations as well. Because if you have not watched Evolved, there are some good stars on Evolve that are cooking up some work. You definitely need to check out Evolve. And that would be something too. And obviously, I wouldn't be shocked if she was an ambassador, because I know WWE has a partnership with Noah. That could also be something too. And also seeing the popularity that Asuka has, that would be very, very nice to see. And also the impact as well. Like, because I think Will probably talked about this. WWE's not hitting with the Asian audience. And that could be something that they could look into, because you have a partnership with Noah. I mean, Asuka is very popular over there. And also with the fact too, and I know this is going to sound crazy because this is how my head rolls, she can make an endorsement for the Jumping Bomb Angels because they're trying to get in the Hall of Fame. That's just something in my mind. But because I think she mentioned them before, like them two and Bull Nakano. But I think that's something that they could do. And I could see many opportunities for Asuka and do something like that.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Those that NXT Japan is something that's supposed to be imminent. I know there was a quote from Finn Balor that said that after his career, he would like for him and Shinsuke to have a big hand in running NXT Japan. So that's another place Asuka could probably really land to connect that disconnect between the Japan wrestlers before they come wrestle on American television.
All right. Well, we have a super chat. Yay! Yay! Thank you. I don't know why you get the sound like that, Ted. Thank you.
Can we get a nicer sound than that?
See, every time you say something, my headphones go out.
Are you still pressing the button? Why?
Something my head.
We have to get a nicer sound than this. What are we doing? Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you to Aerostream for that super chat. Appreciate it.
Okay, it's off.
It was on a timer?
Yeah.
I thought you were just clicking it, and I'm like, why are we doing this?
No. not at all. But thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. It goes to a lot of things that we're supporting and doing and all that good stuff. And we also are looking for your support for the Women's Wrestling Archive that is coming out soon. We're working on kind of the logistics part of it. We're continuing to add to it, but here is what it's about.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate $1, $5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today. All right. Another story that we have, WWE star Danhausen signs with Adventure Media. So tell us a little bit more about this. And I really do love the fact that, wrestlers, you're going a little bit beyond WWE because you're nothing there is promised, as we've seen.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case. But courtesy of Deadline, because they broke the story out today, Danhausen signs with Adventure Media. Pretty much, we all know he debuted earlier this year, and he's been one of the top breakout stars and has one of the top selling merch out there. So this is a really great opportunity. Of course, we did see him curse the Cleveland Caveat. I hope it's Friday, the Cleveland Cavaliers during an appearance on NBA Today. But kind of going further into detail, Adventure Media will focus on growing Danhausen IP in film, TV, digital, publishing, and other business ventures. Adventure, known for its literacy business that includes award-winning filmmakers, showrunners, and creators, has been expanding into sports media, becoming a destination for athletes, wrestling stars, and broadcast personalities.
Any words said?
Good for him. Because I can only see this exploding even more if the Knicks actually make the finals. He's already everywhere. He's on every show, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And this means that as he grows his IP and his fame, that you might see even more than just merch. You might see different types of merchandise that intersect with wrestling in other areas. You might see a cartoon. And it's been a long time since we've had that in professional wrestling. So solid for him. Solid signing.
Yeah, I did. It's actually kind of surprising to me, not in a bad way. It's just like just a different turn on where media, the ever-changing version of media, and partnerships and deals and all that good stuff. I actually didn't mean to end on this story, but we will end on this story. I think it happened yesterday. There's developments of Ludwig Kaiser and the altercations, kind of almost reminiscent of no, I'm not going to say that. But anyways, tell us what went down.
Free Big Grande. Free my man Americano. Look at this shit.
Boy. There was a lot that happened in 24, 48 hours that happened. Apparently, it was started off as a police report of domestic abuse and battery assault. But then there was a lot that expanded in the story. And one of the writers, the journalist, Raj Giri, reported apparently there was an altercation that was provoked pretty much by an ice threat after any physical confrontation took place. Pretty much Ludwig Kaiser was in the elevator with his girlfriend, who is also an on-screen interviewer for AAA. And the two were in the hallway. Of course, they were being a little bit affectionate with each other, but nothing out of the ordinary. The person that complained did not say anything while in the elevator, but pretty much he exited on the 12th floor that he allegedly said something to the effect of, "You need to know some effing respect before I call ICE on that, And then Kaiser then exited the elevator and the two had a scuffle and no punches were apparently thrown. But obviously, of course, this is a developmental story that's happening because we did see AAA said that he was pulled from a show, but it looks like he's going to be back in the show again. So there's a lot of developing story happening at this time.
Yeah, there's definitely, waiting for a little bit more confirmation. And also I think the big thing is if we don't see, this is not funny, but it's funny. If we don't see WWE, and they're particular with a lot of different things, but some things we kind of know. If WWE doesn't make a statement or they don't pull the person off the show or they don't kick the person out of WWE completely, it's a little bit different. So we'll kind of see what's going to go on with that. Said thoughts?
I just don't know what we're coming to as a society where you're not acknowledging the greatest luchador of all time when you see him in the elevator. You should be putting rose petals down when that man is walking in the building, not heckling his. Like, what is America coming to? That we see this man that has spanned wrestling for hundreds of years. You don't say, "My God, this is history." Let me just soak up some of this royal air. We're talking about Big Grande here. We're not talking about no small marbles, no Rey Mysterios, nothing like that. We're talking about Big Grande. Like, what are we coming to? I just hope justice is served, whether it's legal justice or street justice, but we can't be disrespecting Big Grande like that. Like, not before the biggest match of the fake Grande's career, because Big Grande didn't be good since Pimpin' Sense.
Mask.
So
Bosa is we gotta
really tighten this shit up. Okay. You will not ruin this WrestleMania S match next weekend, people, no matter how hard you try.
Mm.
Next weekend, you can go watch Italy, whatever you want to do, but it's Big Grande weekend around here. Okay?
Mm.
It's talk of the town. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. They want that match to happen.
Talk of the world. Talk of the world. This match right here is going to save generations to come.
Mm.
Earth is at stake. Between the Big Grandes. So we got to pump the brakes, you know, however you vote, this is going to determine that. Like, that's all I got to say about that.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess we'll end on that note. That seems like a good note to end. Are we getting Mayor's Corner this weekend, Said? What's happening with the new development of the show?
Corner?
Mayor's Corner, the new TV show that's coming to WWT.
This is another effort to TK to put me on the spot live on the air. I don't know what corner you want me to be on. I don't sell anything. I'm a wholesome man. I will not be waiting on any corners. But to let you guys know, there might be something that comes or might not. I don't know. The mayor is expensive, guys. You see, TK ain't swapped rooms in a while. That's because I take up a lot of this budget, you know? And now she asks for other shows and stuff like that. You ain't seen her teleport in the past year. That's because the budget's going to the mayor. Just want you guys to know that. Mm-hmm. So when the new show comes, you might see TK recording out of a cardboard box, but that means you're getting a good product. Just want you guys to know that. It means the product is going high. So we're going to see, not this weekend, but maybe next. I might give you guys something special for Big Grande weekend. How about that? Big Grande weekend. In the meantime, just follow the socials. I got some clips coming out. Support those.
Well, it makes sense.
That's about to pound the streets.
I'm going to burn that clip or get an update from Ariane. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely get an update because you know what happens June 13th? Pound Town Wrestling is coming back to Los Angeles. Said has not let me know if he's going to be doing something for them or not. I've asked twice. So, you know, we'll see how it goes.
I can't say the things I want live on air, but we will discuss them. I have a list of demands, but we'll talk about those in safer chat rooms.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, with that being said, I think it's time for us to go. Let Honey prepare for her watch along and post show. So definitely keep it locked to that. Like I said, we will be having a post show for Saturday night main event. We also will be having a post show for Double or Nothing. Definitely keep it locked. Also look for Courtney on the streets for Double or Nothing. Ask her questions, all of that good stuff. And Court, where can everybody find you?
They can always find me chirping sporadically on Women's Wrestling Talk as much as I can. Next Wednesday. You know I always give you a watch on for Dynamite, but AEW is coming to town in Philadelphia. Not just Double or Nothing, but they're also coming to Philly. So I will be on the ground for Philadelphia. Because if you want to talk to me, just come and say hello. And Sad, you said you wanted to take over, so you're more than welcome to do a watch along for AEW Dynamite because you get to do the aftermath of Double or Nothing.
We'll see.
You get to do the aftermath of Double or Nothing as they go into Forbidden Door. And who knows, you may get some Owen Hart Cup men and women's matches. You may get some new tag team champions. We may see MJF be bald for all I care. But Wednesday, I will be on the ground for Philadelphia for AEW Dynamite. You can also follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram. We still have some content from 80s WrestleCon. I'm going to be doing a little bit of editing before Double or Nothing happens. I do have interviews I have to post of Dave McGreca and Bronwyn Billington, the daughter of the Dynamite Kid. Awesome interviews that I did, but we will be posting them up. Also, I will be posting goal predictions for Double or Nothing before this weekend. And also, feel free to follow me on my socials. And yeah, it's going to be a hot summer in the East Coast because there's a lot of wrestling happening from MLW, NWA, TNA, lots happening.
All right, I put a little poll on there. Will Shed show up to a Wednesday show? post the yes or no in there. We have a few moments before we just want to see if you guys believe in the mayor. So we have a few moments, so figure out to vote on that poll, and we'll see if you're right on Wednesday. Where can everybody find you?
Wow. You guys know where I'm at. You guys know my socials and what they are about now. I used to go by the Monday Night Mayor, but like those that were great before me, my part of my name got taken away from me from the man. Think of Antonio Cesaro, Alexander Rusev, Big E Langston. Part of my name got dropped without any type of understanding of why. So that's why we're doing another show. As far as the mayor being all elite on Wednesday, we'll see. I think I have pending plans to go to a Dodger game. But until then, there's a Kurt Angle interview or 3 that will be circling on the social sites. Another interview with Tessa Blanchard and Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes that will be up very soon. And some interviews that we will be recycling from WrestleCon last month. Said is the answer on the social. Says on Twitter. You guys know what to do. Don't partake in this poll, guys. Don't support this slander of the mayor. You guys know better than that.
First off, Bosa, no show got taken away from Said. If he wants to do the Monday Night Raw post show, he's more than welcome to. The problem is Said be hitting the streets. So we're gonna see. If you let us know in the poll, maybe you guys vote enough, he will show up on the Monday. He is still Monday Night Mayor. We just, maybe he's everyday mayor. Who knows?
By the way, I am willing to auction this off to whomever. I don't know. I don't know how I want to auction it off yet, but this is a Rhea Ripley artwork. I have some other ones. Shout out to the homie Schoolface who gave me this at Comic-Con Revolution last week. Very nice Rhea Ripley piece. If you guys want this in your household, we will figure out a way. But you guys subscribe.
Maybe show to one of his shows.
And all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Make sure you follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. Like I said, definitely keep it locked. In the next hour, we're going to have a watch along and post show and a very busy weekend. So if you don't like and subscribe, you should like and subscribe now because we have a lot of content. And definitely keep it locked to our social media because we're going to follow the journeys of Courtney as she hops into the Double or Nothing. Stop it, Beulah. Double or Nothing world and gives us the latest and greatest updates. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.